Hello.
Hey, good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm doing thanks, my man. I appreciate you asking me that. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, you too. What's up?
I was just calling about the house on 32nd Street in Groves. I had seen it on Zillow.
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm assuming it's still available, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. If I didn't catch at a bad time, I was just trying to see if I could make a cash offer on it.
Sure.
All right, cool. What was your name, by the way?
Brandon.
Brandon?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Brandon. My name's Isaiah. Well, Brandon, just to be transparent with you, so I work with a couple partners, and we buy houses either to fix and flip them, right, and resell them on the market, or we'll keep them as a rental. So we're just looking at a few more right now. My partner is the one who actually seen your listing. He sent it over to me and just wanted me to reach out, ask a few questions, and see if it'd be a good fit or not to put in our portfolio. He's actually in the office right next to me, so I'm just gonna ask you a few questions, and if it seems something like we're interested in and could add to our portfolio, then he'll give me an offer to give you by the end of this phone call. If that's
Cool.
good. All right, cool. So there's not too many pictures on Zillow. I mean, was this a rental property for you? Is this your primary residence, or?
It was my primary, but I haven't lived here for about, I don't know, almost a year. I had it rented out, and they didn't leave it in such good shape. So I got to clean it all up and get some pictures listed once I get cleaned up, because they didn't respect it very much.
Yeah, that's how tenants usually are sometimes. It's a 50-50 shot when you got tenants. It's either it's smooth sailing and they pay on time every time, or sometimes you just have some horrible tenants that couldn't care less about the condition, you know?
Right.
But you said you lived here for a year and then you rented it out?
No, I lived here for, probably 9 years, from 2014 till about 2023 or 2024, and 2023, beginning of 2024.
Wait,
So
you said
right at 9 years we lived here at this house.
Okay, you said you bought it in 2003?
No, 2014.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right.
And I purchased it in 2014.
Sweet. Was so you only rented it out one time? You only had one tenant, and they moved out recently?
Well, apparently there was, a lot of people here, but I only knew about the one tenant until I came here, and it seemed like there was a bunch of squatters in here.
Dang. But they're out now?
Oh, yeah.
Dang. They didn't turn it into a drug house, huh?
No, just piled stuff up in here, and it looks really bad. There's a lot of stuff up. I gotta get a dumpster hauled out of here, and it's gonna be a lot.
Okay. All right. So it definitely needs some work then, right?
Yeah, definitely gonna need to be repainted. Like the ceiling tile in the living room looks like it needs to be replaced. Carpet needs to be redone. The bathrooms need to be redone.
What's wrong with the bathrooms?
Well, whenever I had moved out, I had started a remodel of the master bath, and they were going to finish it, but they never did. It's still sitting the way it was whenever I started it. So it needs the tile put down to the floor. I was building a stand-up shower, and it needs to be tiled and
Needs new tiles?
new countertop.
You mean like on the, you said it needs new tiles. You're talking about the bathroom, right, still?
Yeah, bathroom, yeah.
And you're talking about tiles that are on the wall or on the floor?
I had planned on doing tiles on the floor and in the shower. I was putting green rock up on the walls.
Okay. Well, is it just you that owns the house, Brandon, or is this you and a partner?
No, it's just me.
Okay. So, you know, if we did decide possibly that we would want to buy it, and look, we're pretty picky when it comes to the houses that we buy. So, you know, like I said, I'm gonna tell my partner everything. But I mean, if it does get approved and he says that, you know, we should buy it, then I mean, it's pretty smooth sailing from there. You know, we're cash. You know, we go with a local title company. We make sure that you don't come out of pocket for anything. But if we did do something, was there somebody else that you had to talk to about selling before selling?
No.
Not like a wife or kids or anything?
I have a wife, but she's on board with whatever I decide on it.
Okay. Man, how long have y'all been thinking about selling the house now?
We've been talking about it for a little while now.
Yeah.
We got some property up in Kirbyville. We're trying to build a house on. So
Got it. Out in where?
in Kirbyville, right north of here, about 45 minutes.
Cool. And this is just going to help y'all fund that?
Yeah.
We'll start our home too.
Okay. But again, you said the tenants are, it's completely vacant right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're over here right now, just cleaning it up and stuff.
Okay, y'all are there right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have more pictures of the inside and everything?
No, it's just so packed full of stuff that I don't really feel comfortable. And yeah, this was my home for 10 years, and you know, it's all trashed out, and I just don't really feel comfortable like sending pictures like that out to people.
Yeah. Dang.
I'm trying to clean it up. That way I can get some pictures online listed.
Dang. Okay. Man, those tenants must have been hell.
Well, according to them, they subletted it out, but I think they just had a bunch of people in here, like, staying and, like, I don't know what they were doing, but...
Maybe just like art stores. I don't know. Just a bunch of random stuff everywhere.
It's like they were hoarding, really.
Yeah. That's your wife in the background?
Yeah.
Can she hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. What was your name?
I'm Jessica.
Jessica. Nice to meet you, Jessica.
Nice to meet you too.
I hear those tenants were giving y'all hell, man. Messed up your 10-year home.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I know it's like not easy wanting to take pictures and show it, but I mean,
Not really.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we could take it off your hands. We do like fixer-uppers. I mean, for us, the more work it needs, the better, but, you know, as long as it's not a tear down or anything, you know?
No, it's not that bad.
No, it's completely rehabable.
Yeah.
Just need some TLC.
Right. Some tender loving care. Brandon, do you know if it has like a mold anywhere, or does any signs of mold or wet spots?
No, I haven't seen any signs of mold or anything like that. The main thing that I've noticed is just like outside on the eaves, the gutters that came down,
Mm-hmm.
and so like the eave trim needs to be put back up, and gutters re-ran. The roof is good, it don't leak or anything like that.
Do you know how old the roof is?
The roof was put on, I believe, in 2011 or 12 or something like that. And it had a 25-year warranty on it.
I don't know what that's for. You know, we, look,
Yeah,
hello here.
yeah, it was like that whenever we bought it.
Mm.
It looks like they crowned whenever they did the roof. It looks like they crowned the boards wrong, and
But I mean,
it has like a ripple in one spot.
Mm.
Where it looks like they turned the crown the wrong way.
Mm. Dang. Mm. Did you guys have plans on what you were gonna do with the house if nobody came and bought it?
I have it listed to where it's gonna sell. Because up here on this property, that in Groves they run like $50,000 a lot, just for the land itself.
Yeah.
It's got a 25 by 100 foot garage on it. That's a 5-car garage, and then it's got a separate boat house, and then it's got a well house, and let's see, the house is 4 bedrooms. Yes, I mean it's within a mile of the Total refinery where like a lot of the people around here work.
Is this a brick house or is this frame?
No, it's a pier and beam wood frame house that has a brick fascia. It's like a brick front.
what happened?
Halfway up. It's not all the way up. It's just halfway.
Mm. And do you guys notice like any unleveling, on the ground, on the floor, and the foundation? Anything that might need to, be replaced or repaired with the foundation?
I don't think so. No, it all seems pretty well good. I mean, the bathroom floor was a little soft, but I've got the plywood that I'm replacing that with. So
Mm-hmm.
then we're doing the subfloor in that, and then laying tile down.
Mm-hmm. Did you look at the Zestimate on Zillow?
No, I didn't. I know that the city, the county tax records are ridiculous. They have the house and the land. So this one and the little adjacent property that goes with this at a total of $209,000. It's $190 for the house and the land for the 25-year proposed taxes, and then it's $19,000 for the little 1.25 of an acre that's attached to it.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot.
So where the house and the garage sits, it's 2 full lots, and then next door on the adjacent property, there's a little portion of it that goes with this.
Okay. There's a house.
Yeah, I used to own all 3 lots right here. I sold one of them last year. I sold a portion of one of them last year.
You're saying that this is 3 lots in total that you're selling together?
No, so last year I owned all 3 lots. I sold the front portion of the 3rd lot over there next to the house, but I kept the back portion of it.
Oh, I see. Wait, so the lot right next to it you sold?
Yeah, I sold the front part of it. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Now I'm not.
So now I have 2 full lots and then a portion of the third lot on the backside.
Okay. Mm. Okay. I mean, so before speaking with me or, listing it on Zillow, I mean, have you guys tried anything else to sell the house so that, you could get from under it, not worry about it, or?
No, I had one guy, want to put me under contract for it, and I didn't send him any pictures because, I don't want to send pictures out with it looking like this. And I've just now been able to get over here and start cleaning it.
Yeah.
So he backed out, which I was kind of fine with anyway because I was taking a much lower offer than what I wanted to.
How much did he
But
offer
he had a
you?
quick close.
How much did that guy offer you?
He was offering 120.
Oh wow.
With a pretty quick close date, but I just didn't want to send pictures. I told him he could come out and look at it. I just didn't want to send pictures out for him to, send to other people. And I think what it was is he was one of those guys who does, wholesale contracts.
Oh, okay.
Get you a contract and then just sell the contract outright and not have to actually, do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of those. I've come across them. And so I know you said you don't want to send pictures. Are you okay with selling it as is in its current condition?
I mean, yeah, I am, but there's a lot of stuff here that needs to be gotten off the property. There's a lot of stuff, and I had a guy that lives across, he owns houses across the street. He's been trying to buy the property from me for 10 years. Since his mom owned it or whatever a long time ago. And, he's going on about how it's going to cost $10,000 to have all the stuff moved. So he wanted to take that off the list of the property, price of the property, and this and that. I'm just like, look, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah.
I'll just hold on to the property, rehab it myself, and then list it for market value.
Right. You said that was the neighbor?
Yeah, the neighbor across the street. But, see, there's an LNG pipeline that's coming in from Canada, and it's going to tie into the refinery right down here down the road. And I had got a piece of paper about 4 years ago saying that they were proposing running it through my backyard, and that I was going to get like $400 a month for the rest of my life or whatever.
Oh wow, yeah.
Or whoever owns the property whenever the pipeline goes in. Anyway. And the guy who lives across the street, he owns a pump, a specialty pump business where he sells things to the refinery. And I think he's just really trying to get in on that, because if they have to service anything or demo anything, they pay you market value for anything that they have to move whenever the pipe goes in.
Oh.
And then they still pay you a monthly payment for the pipe being underneath the ground there.
Yeah, I think that comes with the mineral rights.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, this other guy who lives across the street, he lives there. I wonder how much.
He lives in Dickinson. He has rental properties across the street that his parents used to, that his mom and dad owned way back when.
Oh.
So he bought the 2 properties directly across from me, the empty lot, the little house, and then when the lady died over on the other side of him, he bought that too. And he's been trying to just buy this property for a while.
I wonder how much he offered you. He seems, like he owns a few houses there.
Yeah, he does, but he's trying to lowball the shit out of me at like 80 grand.
Did you ever get a quote on how much the work would cost on the house?
No, because I was just gonna do it myself.
Okay.
I mean, because I can do everything from the ground up on when it comes to like remodeling and stuff like that.
Okay, nice. You've done that before? Like you've remodeled houses before?
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. That's what you do for a living?
No, I do a lot of different things. I just I do custom cabinets and stuff like that. And
Oh, nice.
I've been taking some time off after my wife got sick, and I just haven't really got back into the swing of things.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, Brandon, I'm gonna be honest. It does seem like a tough one. It does need some work. I mean, especially you're saying like, you don't even want to take pictures because and I understand where you're coming from, like it was your home for 10 years and I can understand why it might seem, embarrassing to show it to a bunch of people because of what the tenants did to it. But I mean, I don't know if it would be a good fit, but I could promise you, if my partner says it is, I mean, like I said, we'll pay cash, we'll make it fast, we'll make it quick, and like I said, we cover all the closing costs, so it is going to be pretty easy to close with this, but we'll just have to see. It sounds like the roof might need to be replaced. If it's like 12.
I don't think so. It's in one little area, like I said, I've done roofing and remodeling basically my whole life. It looks like whenever they did the new roof that they crowned one of the boards wrong, and when the other board settled, because whenever you crown it, you're supposed to put the crown up. That way it settles down and it doesn't do what it did back there, which is kind of give it like a little hump. But it's more of an inverted hump right there. But I've been up in the attic, I've checked all the stuff during rainstorms and everything, and there's no leaking to it.
Okay.
But, for optics, you may want to replace back like a small portion of it.
Right.
As far as functionality, it doesn't leak or anything.
Right. Ooh. You got kids?
I do. I have 3 kids.
Okay, nice. I don't have any kids of my own yet, but I got 3 siblings. Is this house like is keeping the house affecting y'all in any way? You, Jessica, and the kids, or?
No.
Okay.
No, I just I want to make the move back out to the country, and start the homestead back up. We had a mini farm out here. Some goats and chickens and rabbits and whatnot. But,
you used to?
Yeah. Back during COVID, we started like a little mini farm.
That's what's up, man. That's what I'm trying to get into. Have a little farm. I wanted like a big farm though. I wanted like a lot of acreage to where I could just go hunting for my lunch or my dinner in my backyard.
Right. Yeah, we got 28 acres in Kirbyville, so.
Dang.
And it butts up against the forestry, so where the forestry owns the property behind us. So.
Hell yeah.
That's nice.
All right. Well, really quick, as far as the inside, I know you said some of the carpet needs to be replaced. How much of the flooring in the house needs to be replaced, would you say? And how much of it is carpet?
Let's see here. So the living room and the front 2 bedrooms are all carpet, and me personally, I would replace it because it's just, it doesn't really look that bad, but
That one don't.
down there, don't look bad. The living room looks bad. It's got stains on it. Because we have 3 kids and we have a mulberry tree out front. So whenever the mulberry tree blooms, it drops these blackberries, and if you step on them, it's like Indian ink getting in your carpet.
I would not go back to carpet.
Yeah, me personally, if I was going to do anything, I'd go back with tile in the living room because the mulberry tree is just hell, but it makes really good syrup.
Yeah, it makes really good syrup. That's good. But yeah, carpet in the living room. Yeah, you don't see that since like the 80s or maybe even the 90s.
Well, I put the carpet in here myself whenever we moved in because we had a newborn, and I wanted him to have something soft under him when he was crawling around.
Right. Okay. So, what about the flooring in the rest of the house? Like the kitchen?
The kitchen linoleum's fine. The back bedroom, it doesn't have any coverings on the floor. I ripped the carpet out of there and the linoleum out of the hallway, the back hallway, whenever I started doing the bathroom remodel. So it needs coverings back there.
Wait, so the hallway needs new flooring too?
Yeah, I was doing away with the linoleum that was down because it was starting to crack and roll up underneath the door and stuff, and I was going to do away with it because I had enough tiles to tile all of that.
And the tenants only lived there for 1 year?
Yeah, but like I said, they had people, like it's a 4-bedroom house, and it was just supposed to be the one dude and the one chick, but it looked like they had people in every room.
4 bedrooms and 2 baths?
Yeah.
Did you
we
got
got a 5-car garage.
Okay.
2-car in front, and then 3-car garage back behind the fence. And it's got 2 more large rooms on the back side of those, the bay for the garage.
Was there
across from that is the boathouse.
Oh. Was there any additions added to the house since you guys lived there?
No.
Okay. So no square footage was added or anything?
No, not since I've lived here, no. The house itself is 25 by 60, I believe.
Okay. Man. The walls, is that all drywall, sheetrock?
No, it's paneling and shiplap behind it.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, so what I was going to do is I was going to hard tack it, which is basically just you put chicken wire on the shiplap, and you run hot mud over it, and then you sand it and paint it and make it look like drywall.
Okay.
That's the cheapest option that you can go with. That's actually workable instead of it, just falling apart immediately.
Right.
But what if you do drywall on it? You go with like a 1/4-inch drywall from like trailer houses, and then just float it out. There's another way you can do it.
Right. What year was this house built? Do you know?
The main part of the house, I think, was built in the 50s.
Oh man.
And they added on to it from what it looks like to me, probably twice throughout the years before I got it. But the man who owned it, he was a master electrician. He retired from the Navy, and so at least the wiring was done good.
Okay.
I had a new breaker panel put in 2021 or 2022.
Okay.
I had a
that's
new 200 amp breaker panel put in.
good. All right. 200 amp breaker panel in 2021. Built in the 50s, added to it throughout the years before you got it though. Okay. Do you guys owe a mortgage on this still?
No. I bought it outright.
Okay. So whatever cash offer, whoever buys it, the amount that they give you is just going straight to you. You don't have to pay off any liens or debt or anything like that.
Back taxes on it.
Okay. How much back taxes?
Do what?
I said how much in back taxes are owed?
I think like it's July now, so it's probably like $7,000.
Okay, it's not too terrible. All right. Well, look, Brandon, Jessica, so typically when we do buy properties, we usually put the closing date 30 days out from when we get the offer accepted. I mean, do you think that that's good with you guys, or do you think you might need more time to get some belongings out of there or anything like that?
No, so that's something I was discussing with the previous guy. I have stuff that I want out of here. Like my table saw in the garage is like a $3,000 saw. I want that, and there's still a grandfather clock and stuff like that I want to get out, antiques and stuff. Because I left everything in here whenever I let the guy move in, and what's left of my stuff that they didn't steal or sell,
Jeez.
I want to keep. But I would only need like 2 weeks to get it all out. But I don't have the funds to go get the U-Haul and the storage building and all of that stuff right now. So, that's an issue for me right now.
Okay. So having the funds to get the stuff out of the house is pretty important to you?
Yeah, I mean it's paramount actually. I wouldn't even need a lot to do that. Maybe $500-600 to get the storage buildings, and it's gonna take a couple storage buildings, and then a U-Haul and stuff like that. I could have everything that I wanted out of it like probably 2 weeks. Probably not even that, but if I could get help. But if it's just me and my wife, doing it,
Right.
it's probably about 2 weeks.
So, I mean, what if we were able to help you get the funds from the close and then give you 2 weeks after the close to move all your stuff out into the storage unit? Do you think that would help?
Yeah, that would be fine. So here's the thing, is like, I talked to a bunch of people about this, and almost all of y'all's contracts read out the same way, having people come through before the sale and all of that, and, it just seems like there's going to be a lot of people in and out of the house before I have all my stuff out, and I don't like that, I don't like someone being able to just, show up over here and walk through my house with whoever they want to have walk through here, and then all my stuff still be in here, you know what I mean?
Right. And I get that.
It just seems like, it just feels like it's an invasion of my privacy, and I hate that I'm like that, you know what I mean? But I don't really associate with a lot of people, and having the idea of having people just, you know, walking through my stuff,
Yeah.
I just don't like it. That's the reason why I haven't really been pushing too hard to sell it, because I want to be able to get everything out and have it ready for people to do things like that. Like, you know, you're going to want to have people come in and look at the place that potentially want to buy it from y'all. And because I know it's all money. It's all a money thing. You know, you want to buy it for as little as possible to make as much as possible. And I don't really care about any of that. I just want what money I need to get my stuff going up there, and I'll be done with it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not trying to get full price for this thing. You know, I'm leaving enough meat on the bone for somebody to see that it's well worth it, and you know, the right person will see it and know what it is. Because I mean, hell, rent around here for a 2-bedroom house is like $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
And this being a 4-bedroom with 5-car garage, it's technically zoned for single or multifamily. So once I get done with everything that I'm going to get done, my pitch to sell it is going to be to like an investment group that wants to build like duplexes, like a quadplex or like maybe like a 4-unit on each lot, little like apartment set or whatever.
Do you think that if you were to fix it up yourself, that would help them to build the fourplex on that lot?
No, they're going to demo it. They're going to demo it all out to do it to build the multifamily housing. They're going to demo everything in here anyway. But
so do you?
It's just a pride thing for me, man. Honestly, it's just a pride thing about it. It used to being my house, my home. It was my home for a long time, and I just don't like people coming in here and seeing it in the condition it's in.
Yeah. And Brandon, the good news, if we did decide to purchase it, the good news about it is we only need to see the house 2 times. So the first time is going to be, you know, after we agree on an offer and everything. We're just going to come in to walk the house just to make sure that everything is the way it is and inspect it that one time and one time only. The only other time we would need to come and look at the house again is the day before closing to make sure that nothing crazy has happened to the house since we've been under contract. Right. So you don't have to worry about a bunch of people coming in and out of your house, looking at stuff and, you know, feeling like people are invading your privacy.
Right. Now that's nice. There's only been one other person I've talked to that said anything similar to that.
Right. Let me talk with my partner, Brandon. So he just got off the phone. I'm going to speak with him. I took down everything that you said, and I'm just going to see whether or not he thinks that it's worth it for us to actually buy it. And yeah, can I put you on a quick hold?
Yeah. Do you want me to send you like the county tax roll on the 2 properties? Because it's technically 2 separate properties. It's the 2 lots here that's one, and then the adjacent 1.25 of an acre. It's like a little more than 1/10 of an acre that's adjacent to it. I can send you the tax roll information off of that.
Okay. We could actually see that on the tax assessor's website. And so that's what so that's what my partner does. You know, this is in Jefferson County, right?
Yeah, so you'll have, it's under 2 separate numbers, so you'll need both numbers to look it up. Let's see. It may come up under my name, but I think I think it might be done by the number on this one. Because one of the guys who was looking at it, they had made me an offer on it, and they sent me the offer, and then it only had the one lot on there. It had the lot that the house was on, but not the other one. So he sent me the offer, and I was talking to him about it, and I was like, well, it's got this other portion that goes with it. Are you wanting it to come up on your offering price? Seeing how there's another $19,000 worth of property attached to it. And he was like, oh, well, that's going to all go with it. And I'm like, well, no, you sent me an offer, a contract in writing right here, for just the one, and I'm offering you a whole other property at a cut rate deal. I should, get some kind of compensation for that.
Right.
And he got all in the feelings of it.
This is lot 9 and lot 10, right?
Okay, so it's lot 9, track 2, lot 10, block 1.
Right.
On the house, and then the other portion is let me find that one. Let's see.
I wonder what,
Now the other lot you said in the front, you sold it, right? So it's not yours. I think the address is 6370.
Yeah, I sold the front portion of that lot. The back portion of it is still mine.
Okay. You sold that for about $9,900.
No, I sold that for $25,000.
Oh, real? Okay. When did you sell that?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Last year before last.
Okay.
I think it's the end of 2023.
Okay.
You had your surgery in, yeah, I think that was the end of 2023 I sold that.
All right. Brandon, let me just speak with my partner really quick and just see what he has to say on the house and everything that we talked about so far. I mean, you can look up the other address for the other lot, and then I'll just be right back, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Hey, go next door to the little lady.
Can y'all hear?
My paperwork from the tax roll.
Fetty?
Yeah, we get.
Bernardo? Are you learning something? Are you paying attention?
I can hear you, bro.
Who's learning something and paying attention? Nobody's learning and paying attention?
Oh, I watched the whole thing. I'm learning like how to. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. I appreciate it.
So you're watching my screen the whole time?
Yeah, I'm watching the whole thing. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Bernardo?
Yeah, I gave her the script and papers, and I need to take pictures of them.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, I was watching the screen, and I was, following along. Yeah.
Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention how I'm just reading the script, word for word, asking the motivation questions. I mean, there's some advanced sales that I'm like trying to do, like verbal pausing, taking my time when asking the questions and stuff. But if you just read this script, you got it. What do you think? I think that he's asking way too much and he's out of his mind. That's what I think.
No, I know that, but I'm saying you still gonna offer him?
Yeah, I'm still gonna offer. This is good practice. You got him to open up, verbal pausing, Jeremy Minor, you know, how would that make you feel? You know? But tax records are, he is telling the truth.
Wait, what?
Tax records are just insane, but the tax records are showing like, it's like $190,000.
He wants 120.
He wants 160. His estimate is 150.
He wants 160. Why does he need 160 then?
He wants to. That's a good point. But he's saying he wants to sell this so he can move to the country.
Mr. Seller, what will 160 do moving forward?
You just gotta beat the other guy's low ball of 80, offer him 60.
It's not beating it.
80?
He said a cash buyer who owns
Oh.
other rentals in the area offered him 80. I think that's a pretty
That's
good
right.
offer.
So I'm saying, so that's what they're gonna buy it for, so you gotta be lower than that.
Yeah.
Somebody probably buy it at 190. You gotta get a Mexican go.
All right, Brandon, you there?
I am.
Okay. Okay, so I don't have good or bad news just yet. My partner wanted me to ask a couple questions that I just kind of went over. I didn't really ask them. You did tell me some of the most important things, though, like the foundation. There's no issues with that, right? On the pier and beam, there's nothing that you think you might need to replace, right?
No.
Okay. How would you say the windows are? Do you think those need to be replaced, or are those original to when it was built?
Yeah, they're the original windows from whenever it was built. There is 2 of them that have panels that are broken out. Yeah, they've got a couple little, look like rocks from a lawnmower or a BB gun or something.
Dang.
So three windows that have panels, because it's like 4 panel windows, 4 individual panes, and they're old. They really are. The windows probably need to be replaced. Me personally, I would if I was gonna try to, bring it up to update and everything. It could use those what's it called, the
Double pane?
insulated windows.
Yeah.
That's what I would go back with.
Man, so the windows need to be replaced.
I mean, they're good. Me personally, I would replace the windows, because you can get a window for I think $400. You can get those really nice insulated windows from Lowe's, and but the windows that are actually functional. You can raise all of them up and they close.
Right, but
if 3 panels.
But if you're gonna, if we're talking about fixing it and then flipping it back on the market, to sell to an end buyer, it's gonna need to be replaced.
Yeah, they're gonna want it looking like a dollhouse.
Yeah. How much did you think, or do you estimate that it would cost to get the property, looking brand new, like 2025, so that it could sell for top market on the MLS?
Whenever I listed it, I left about 50 to 60 grand on the bone, just to, make it to where if you could get contractors to do it cheaper, or if you could, whatever somebody wanted to do. I left about 60 grand off of what I was asking to help cushion that. And then I even took another 30,000 off of that for this one guy, to help speed the process up. But me not wanting to send pictures, he just kind of backed out and told me whenever I get ready to where I'm ready and comfortable for all that to go on to call them back.
Right. So you think it'll take about $60,000 to get the house?
No. That's just what I took off of the proposed value of the property, because I wanted to leave enough on the bone for whoever did it to be able to do the renovations and still make money on it.
So how much do you think it would cost in your, if you had to guess?
Probably 30 is a solid estimate. I don't think it wouldn't be that much for me, because I can do all the work myself. But for someone who's going to hire contractors and do all that jazz, probably 30,000 would be a comfortable number.
Right. And so, what my
You turn around and buy it and want me to do the work, I'll turn and do the work for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What my partner is estimating is about $60,000. That's about a medium price range for us, because, and I'm just being honest with you, Brandon. I'm not here to beat you up or, prove a point. I'm just telling you, we've done a couple of fix and flips. We try to do at least 3 to 5 a month. And, on a 15 square foot home, with the level of rehab that you're saying it needs, we're looking at about $30 a square foot.
Maybe. That would be to like rehab everything. That kitchen, bathrooms. Because insurance pays out, I think, like 70 a square foot or something like that. I did a few of them after Harvey, and
that's not.
I charged roughly 25 a square foot, and that was just cutting people deals because I felt bad that their whole lives had got turned upside down.
Right.
So I know it can be done for 30 or less, but it just depends on the contractors that you get in there. What are they trying to do? Sometimes they want to charge you 40 and 50 a square foot, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we have our own in-house crews. So, $60,000, that's including parts and labor. They're coming in there with hard hats and tool belts ready to go, because we do, like I said, we do 3 to 5 a month. But, so let's just meet in the middle. Let's just give it the benefit. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. We're at 60, you're at 30. Let's just say it costs about 45.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable with that. Yeah, I could agree to that.
How much do you think top market value for this house is if it's fixed up?
Well, with it being this proximity to work and, the school is one of the top school districts around here. I don't know if you looked into any of that, but Fort H. Groves ISD is like one of the top in the state.
Would you say it's worth about, if it was fixed up, do you think it'd be worth what the tax appraisal has it at?
You could probably get more than that, just with the conveyances of it being a multifamily property. And that's what I try to tell people who call. Like, you're gonna make so much more money having a multi-unit complex here. If you had 4 2-bedroom units on one lot, you could have 4 2-bedroom units, because the lots are 60 by 240 foot long. Okay, so it's 240 foot deep and 60 foot wide. You'd be able to put a 4-unit unit there.
Right. And
easily.
If somebody was to
$1,500 a month, at $1,500 a month, you're looking at about $3,000 a month per lot that you could make off of this.
Right. And if we were to do that, you understand, or whoever. All right. You said you want to be out the door 90,000.
That would be my lowest. That's after my taxes are paid.
Right. Now, keep in mind, to build those fourplexes, we do have to pay to have the house demoed, cleared out, and then have the land, re-leveled.
Right. The beautiful thing about that is the people who I bought the house from, they were going to concrete the entire thing in. So the property in the back is underneath the grass is shale and sand. It drains off almost immediately, and it's pretty level back there. And the front part of it is all concrete slab anyway. It's like a big parking lot. But yeah, even if y'all had to do that, within 1 year, you would make back your investment on most everything. Within 2 years, you're purely in the profit margin. And that's after the build. Because you got to understand, one lot in Groves is going $50,000 easy. Like easy. My neighbor down the street, he just demoed 2 houses off his property, and it cost $6,000 to have the houses demoed. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
Yeah, he paid a total of $6,000 to have 2 houses demoed.
Brandon, if we did decide that we would want to buy the house and buy the land, would you be ready to make a decision today?
Yeah, I mean, if you can, and here's the thing about me, man, and I know you don't know me, but I don't talk just to make conversation and things like that. Whenever I say something, I put everything, all my thought into what I'm going to say, to where if you accept or if I accept, then that's what it was. You know what I mean? Because I don't, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I don't like people enough to just have conversations for no reason. And if I say something, I stick to my word of what I say. You know what I mean? And that's why whenever I said that, I would be comfortable walking away at what I'd be walking away at, because I put the thought into it to decide that. You know what I mean? But I would still need my time to get the items out of the home that I want to keep.
Right. Like I said, I don't think, giving you the time after the close is an issue. After we close, you still have that 2 weeks to do everything you need to do. I feel like the hardest part is just agreeing on a number that makes sense for both of us and actually, approving the property, because we only have so many funds to buy houses. That's why I said we try to buy 3 to 5. So if we did give you a number that made sense, it's not something you'd have to go back, talk to Jessica or think about or something like that. You guys are both by each other right now. You think you'd be ready to make a decision?
No, if we agree on a number, that's an agreement on the number. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to agree on a number and then come back and be like, well, this and this and this. If I agree on a number, I expect to be held to my agreement just as much as I'd expect you to be held to yours.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else about the property that I didn't ask that you think me or my partner Ian, his name's Ian, by the way, is there anything that I didn't ask that you think we should know?
Well, on the roof of the garage, there are several spots where the tin is starting to go bad on it, and it'll need to be repaired.
Okay, the roof on the garage.
Yeah. Yeah, the barn. And it's what I had as my chicken house. In the back, it's like a 30 by 50 and 30 by 40, like sheet metal building, but it's not really a sheet metal building because it was wood studs with tin on the side of it. It needs to be completely tore down.
Okay. Dang. So the chicken barn needs to be torn down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little storage building. It's like one of the Drayton portable buildings back there. The roof is messed up on it, and I was just gonna fix the roof and rent it out if I was gonna stay here, but I don't want to stay. I don't want to be in Groves anymore. I want to go back out to the country. I miss it.
Do you think selling this, at the land value is going to help you move out to the country?
Yeah, because all I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a sawmill and a skid steer, and I'm going to build my house out there. Because I have a fifth wheel trailer and another camper that I can stay in up there while I'm building property. And that's really all I need is my sawmill.
And you're going to take the kids with you, and Jessica, everybody's going to go out to the country?
Oh, yeah. See, I let my parents build a house on the property a few years ago. So, I mean, there's enough space for the family to be there until I get the house built. Which it'll be 6 months after I get the sawmill because I have to let the wood cure and everything before I can start building it. So it'll be, still a year down the road before I get it done. And I need to start getting, the move on it. The reason I'm over here cleaning this place up right now is because I'm ready to get the process going and I want to get it done.
All right. Let me talk with my partner really quick. Again, I don't. I want to get you, out of this because it sounds like it's just a pain having it. I know it's a pride thing, not even wanting to show anybody it, and having you want to clean it up and everything. But I feel you, and I feel where you're coming from as far as like you just want to be done with it. So let me talk with Ian and just see what the best that we could do is. And, at the end of the day, I want it to work for you, but it has to make sense for both of us. So let me just see what he...
No, I would expect, to have something to where it only benefits one party. There's no business in that. I'm a very understanding person when it comes to economics and business sense. it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, you know what I mean? So, I get that y'all have to get it at the best price, and the better price that you get it at, the more profit you're gonna make, and I understand that too. But
at the end of the day, it has to make sense for both of us. You know, it has to make sense for you
I also
too.
have to be comfortable with it.
Right. It like I wouldn't want same. It goes both ways. I wouldn't want to do something because I only do good business, man, and I wouldn't want you to do something that doesn't make sense for you. So
Right.
let me ask you this, right? We know what the tax appraised value of the land is. And you know, honestly, we'd probably just be looking at the one lot, but I mean, I'll see what he says about the 2 lots.
Well, it all goes together anyway. It's 2 lots. This is 2 lots. This property sits, the house sits on 2 lots.
Okay.
So it's 2 full lots, this house is. And then the adjacent property with the portion behind it, that conveys with it. If I don't convey that with this property, then either you or the neighbor is gonna have to give me right of way to that back portion of the lot. And I don't wanna do that to either one of y'all.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So I want to set it to where that conveys with the property. Otherwise, somebody's gonna have to give me right away, and I don't really feel comfortable with that.
Right.
And it's not gonna be me that makes them do it. It'll be the county.
Right. Well, given the tax appraised value, and I mean, we gotta be honest and real. There's 3 structures plus maybe some trees that all need to be torn down just to start and to level it, just to start building something that, you know, we're hoping that would make us money. But I mean, with us going that route and, you know, it being a smooth transaction, nobody has to come in and see the house other than those 2 times. Probably won't even have to do that, but, you know, max 2 times so nobody's invading your privacy, and it'll be all cash so it's quick, and we make sure that we cover the closing costs for you. I mean, Brandon, realistically, I mean, what do you and Jessica absolutely need to walk away with so that you can move to the country and just be done with this?
Let's see here. Let me look at it. I mean, after my taxes, walking away out the door, 90 grand. To be perfectly honest. So let me look at on my taxes. I got the paperwork right here. I need you to go over there and take a picture of it. Just go ahead. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's $7,000 that I owe now. That's July. I'd have to call the tax department and find out what exactly it was. But yeah, I'm at 90 out the door after taxes. Which the taxes have to be paid, you know, before we can transfer the title anyway. So, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So are you saying that you want $97,000 for the house?
Yeah, I mean that's what I would take. And that's cutting 60 grand off my asking price on Zillow. It's only if it's a quick close, like I'm talking like super fast. No, I don't want no 30-day close or nothing like that. If I'm selling it for let's see here. It's 209,000 on the tax roll of proposed value for the two different pieces. If I'm gonna sell it for 100,000 less than what they're saying it's worth to them, yeah, I mean, I want to close like almost instantly. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, like, and again, the hardest part is just coming to a number that makes sense. If we could agree on a number, the timeline and
So
everything.
What are you thinking? Like I mean, you know, you asked me a lot about, you know, my opinion on it. What are you thinking is a reasonable or realistic number to ask for somebody to sell, you know, this property for?
I'm thinking.
'Cause I understand that you want to make as much as possible.
I'm thinking, you know, to build 4 different structures on the house, that's gonna take at least a minimum of 100 grand each, 150.
Yeah, but then you do realize that the property value goes from, you know, 190 to, you know, 400,000 plus when you have the multifamily units on it. Because Groves has a shortage of multifamily units. If you wasn't aware.
So if
you can make it,
if it went to 400,000 and it costed us, let's just say 120 grand, and that's cutting it cheap, you know, because we have the parts and labor in house. It's still, that's still like we would be in the hole. If you're saying $400,000, well, 120.
I don't know the exact numbers I don't know the figures on that. I know that a 2-bedroom house in Groves goes for $1,500 a month minimum, and that's for like the shittiest house down the road that looks like it shouldn't even be lived in, and they're going for $1,500 a month, and little bitty tiny bedrooms. So if you have like a quadplex on one lot and a quadplex on another lot, I don't even know how much the tax value would go up from that. I mean, probably significant, just for the simple fact that they've got my house valued at 190, and I mean, I don't see it. I tried to fight it, but they told me because the house value actually went down and the property value went up so much that I can't fight it because it's not the house that brought it up. It's the land value that brought it up.
Right. But yeah,
So,
I was saying that if
they're not making any more land, so I know they're not going to go down on that.
right. Like I said, closing fast. I mean, we could close next week. Honestly, we really can. You know, as long as the title search comes back and everything, and the title search says that it's a clear title, no crazy liens or any, you know, other people that are on title that you don't know about. I mean, close.
I did this with the lot next door when I sold it. I actually did the title company's job and went and found everybody who was associated with that title, and had, you know, them go to the notary. I actually took 2 of them to the notary myself to have it notarized, and then the title company still drug their feet another 2 weeks getting it done.
Our title company moves pretty fast.
But no, my property is free and clear. Like no one else is entitled to any portion of it. The people who sold it to me, their mom left it to her. She's an only child, and I bought it from them free and clear of any encumbrances. And I have no mortgage on it. I have no loans, nothing like that.
Okay. Man, okay.
I've actually refrained from doing any of those things because I wanted my property free and clear.
Right. Let me speak. Give me.
It's kind of hard to do when my wife got cancer. I almost went and took a mortgage out on it, but I decided not to.
Oh, damn. Jessica? You talking about Jessica?
Yeah, she did. She's in remission now, but yeah, she had ovarian cancer.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry to hear that. Tell Jessica.
Oh, no, it's good, man. It's good. We were done having kids anyway.
Yeah, you said you got 4 of them, right? How many?
3.
3.
Yeah, 3 of them. Yeah.
Well, look, Brandon, let me just talk with Ian. Can you give me 2 minutes, and then I'll see what the best that we could do on this is. It is a little. I'm just gonna be honest and straight up with you. It seems a little tough.
Yeah. And that's fine. You know, I mean, I don't mind. You know, I mean, I'll listen to any offers. Not saying that I would take it, but like, you know, I'll listen to whatever. You know what I mean? It didn't cost me anything to hear an offer if I didn't like it. It's not like it's going to offend me, but because you're looking to make money, so I know you're not looking to offend.
Yeah.
That's not even a problem with me. I'm very business minded, and I can understand if you're not where I'm at. That's cool. Sometimes you're just not where other people are.
Right. Let me see. Let me just talk with Ian. Can you give me 2 minutes, please? I'll just put you on a hold. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right. Hold on. All right, Brandon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So, good news. The property was approved.
Uh-huh.
So we would buy it completely as is.
Okay.
That's good news, man, because we don't approve properties like that very often. But now I know what you're waiting to hear. So keep in mind that this offer is completely as is. So you don't have to clean anything. You don't have to paint anything, repair anything. The roof, the windows, the floors, the kitchen, the bathroom. It's completely as is. You could just get your stuff that you have to get out of there, and you could just leave it behind and leave it in the past. We can do the 2-week lease back like we talked about. Ian said that wouldn't be an issue, and we would not charge you any rent afterwards.
Yeah.
So you could stay in the house and keep all the money and use all the money to take your saw out of there and some of your father's antiques out of the house and put it in a storage unit and do what you got to do. The only thing is that we would have a retainer in place. So we'd have about $10,000 held back until you're done. And then once you're finally all out, it'll just get sent right back to you. Okay. The closing date, like I said, we put it 30 days out, but we could close this in 2 weeks. All right, and all the closing costs are covered by us. The only hiccup that we think we might come across is you did mention that the other property that you had sold and this one, you bought it from someone who inherited it from someone. So the only hiccup that there might be, I'm not saying that there is, but we might have to chase those people down again like you did last time and get some affidavit of heirship signed. But
copies of the last affidavit of heirship.
Okay.
For the lot next to. So the lot next door, it was separate from this one outright. At one point, they were all connected, okay? But in like the 90s, Miss Jane that owned this property sold Mr. Bevon the property next door, and it wasn't ever replatted properly through So that's why I had to do the affidavit of heirship. I had to find the dude's daughter and him, his wife, his ex-wife, and all that. But that property is separate of this property. This property here has been within the same family the entire time until I purchased it. But I mean, I still know Mr. Moore and his wife. So, like, finding the people who owned it to sign the affidavit of heirship is not an issue.
Okay. Nonetheless, we would cover all of it for you, and the survey, all that. You don't have to pay for it. The only thing that you would come out of pocket for is those prorated taxes. That's it. And so Ian did want me to tell you that, since we only buy so many properties per month, we did set these funds to the side officially. So he's moving them into a separate account right now as we speak. So that's going to give us the ability to close as soon as possible, as soon as 2 weeks or even sooner. Because all the money is already there. It's already set to the side. The only thing that we would have to wait on is the title company. All right.
So I would not take the title because they take forever.
Yeah, and we have a title company that we use. They're pretty fast.
But yeah, no, I can guarantee you that everything is legit above board with this property. I was very, very, very blessed when I bought this property.
So
what are you talking?
So the offer that we approved for the property as is in its current condition is going to be $82,568.
Yeah, that just don't really work for me, man. I'm sorry, it was wasted time. Like I said, whenever I make a decision, I'm very thought oriented on the way that things needed to be, and I thought I was pretty clear about that. I'm just not willing to sell it for below market value on the land value. I mean, the house is rehabable. The garage is rehabable if you were to do that. If you wanted to do multifamily housing, which I would have recommended anyway, market value on the land is $50,000 a lot in gross. That's $100,000, and I even was willing to go below that for y'all. So no, I appreciate the time and effort you put into it, but I'm at where I'm at on it. You know what I mean?
I understand, Brandon. And look, this is just what me and Ian feel that is a good, fair offer.
Right. No. And I'm not upset at you or anything like that. I know that y'all's end goal is to make as much money on the property as possible. And I understand that, you know what I mean?
And we did, it's at the 82. It is kind of tight for us still. I just wanted to make sure that Ian and me gave you our best offer the first time.
No, I understand, but let's say I was to have done that and I took the 82. You understand? That's me only netting 75 on a property that's worth 209. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. We just had to go based off of the tax appraised land value.
Yeah, that's 96,000. Because
Do you have a link?
I've got the paperwork with me.
Okay.
So the appraised value on the land alone for the lot 9, tract 2, lot 10, block 1, which of Verde Gardens, which is where the house itself sits. You got market value of the non-ag timber land is $77,590 for 125.
Right.
Okay. And then the other portion that's conveyed along with the property, that's lot 8, tract 2, and block 1 of Verde Gardens. Market value of non-ag timber land is $19,367. So you're sitting at $96,000 worth of ag timber land, and you want me to take 82? That's well below market value of the land. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you're saying even if we were to come up to something like 89,000, that would still be a deal breaker for you?
I paid $90,000 for this property almost 11 years ago. Taking a loss like that on it, man, it doesn't sit well with me. Like I said, out the door at 90 grand, even if I had to pay a little bit more than the 7,000, I think it was, in taxes, I wouldn't want to be out like walking away for less than, after all the taxes are paid and everything. I wouldn't want to walk away for less than 85. And that's just that. Like I couldn't do it to myself. I would rehab the whole house and sell it for 150 before I did that. You know what I mean?
Okay. So.
And I know that every $1,000 that you can get me to take off of it is another grand in y'all's pocket. I get that. I really do. And I'm sympathetic to y'all's cause as well, because I know it's hard dealing with people every day who way overvalue what they think something is worth, what they feel something is worth, because it's emotional for them. I can assure you that's not me, mainly because I have Asperger's and I don't really have a whole lot of emotion. But everything is cut dry and to the point of it being transactional with me anyway. Like everything I do is almost always transactional. What am I getting for what have I put out? And that's, to me, fair for the both of us. And it's actually more fair. I'm actually being more fair to y'all than I am to myself on this deal. I mean, and I know you know that I am, but it's your job to try to get me to take down as much as possible. But no, I would hold on to the property for less than that.
I get that. And yeah, I just want to say, don't take anything the wrong way. I mean, I genuinely do want you to be able to get rid of this and put this behind you so that you could move out to the country with your 3 kids and Jessica. From the bottom of my heart, I know I'm just a random guy, but I really mean that. I mean, I think that the most fulfilling part of my job is just helping people get over certain situations, whether it's like this or it's a foreclosure or it's a divorce or anything. But
right.
this is what I can do.
That's honorable, you know. I mean, that, like, if that is truly how you feel, that I commend you for that. But, you know, like, I think I'm being very fair with my request for what I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the other sense, like, just the post on Zillow alone, I was being very fair with how much it's going to be to rehab the place versus how much you could get to sell it or buy it or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be the person who screws somebody out of something that they could have used to help better their life, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's what you're doing at all, so don't take it like that. That was just my thought pattern whenever I set the price on the post initially.
Right.
I wanted them to have enough meat on the bone to be able to take care of it. And, you know, if you know anything about the area, which I'm not sure if you do, but land value and property value is just going to continue to rise around here. And there's no shortage of people wanting to move into this district. That's for sure.
This is what I can do, Brandon. We already started moving the funds to the side, and so they should be there by now, if not already. What I can do is I could leave the funds there for 48 hours, and that'll just give maybe each of us some time to sleep on it. Would you want us to do that, or do you think we should just move on?
Well, I mean, you can. You know, who knows? I might have a change of heart, but I don't see myself changing my opinion on this matter. And maybe give you time to, you know, maybe look up the area, check out the school district, see how in demand Fort Nature's Grove's ISD is. I mean, hell, they got Mid-County Madness, which is like famous in Texas. You know, like the football, the high school football here, they start scouting kids for college like way young out here. But just maybe take a look at all of the factors, and I know that, you know, you have algorithms and models that you follow to make your offers and everything, you know, but you might want to look into the other factors that aren't so prevalent on some of those little algorithm apps.
Right. We'll look into that, and also just keep in mind, I don't know if you wrote it down, just all the other terms that come with the offer. So it's going to be all cash, cover the closing costs. You get the 2 weeks after the closing to use that to move everything that you need out of the house. We're only going to be in the house 2 times in total. And it'll just be the smoothest, easiest transaction that I promise you've ever went through. And, you know, our title company is very sufficient. I think that the hardest part was just actually deciding that we're willing to buy the property.
Right. Now
it's just a matter of if we can make the numbers make sense for both of us, then it's just smooth sailing from there. So I'm gonna tell Ian that, you know, we'll take the 48 hours. You know, you'll sleep on it, we'll sleep on it, we'll both pray about it, and then we'll just reconvene maybe Sunday or Monday.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I have no problem, you know, contemplating things, and sometimes I may surprise myself. Not too often do I get surprised, but that is the curse of the way I am.
Right.
But you know, you never know. You never know.
Well, Brandon,
so let me write the offer down that you made, and I'll speak with my wife, and Yeah, and I'll talk to my dad about it too and see what his opinion on the whole situation is, because I value elders' opinions more than my own, because I mean they've made it a lot longer than I have.
Right.
Yeah.
Brandon, I appreciate all the time that you've given me. I appreciate all the conversation and things that you shared with me. I'm gonna keep Jessica in my prayers. I genuinely mean that. I'm not just saying that. And you guys enjoy the rest of your 4th of July.
All right. What was the offer again?
So the offer was $82,568. Again, with all the other terms that we brought in. So we only go to see the house 2 times. One time while title is being ran, and one more time right before the day of closing. 2 weeks.
And the funds available on the day of closing?
Say that again?
I said, and the funds are available on the day of closing?
Correct.
Are you gonna show up with a big briefcase or something?
If you want, I mean, we could do it that way. I mean, I've never done that before, but yeah, we usually do it a cashier's check or a wire to your bank account.
Yeah, I mean, a large briefcase sounds good to me. Actually, it really wouldn't be a large briefcase. I mean, a small briefcase.
We could.
Yeah, so 82,568, and that's the best that y'all are gonna be able to come up with. I'm just saying that in my own mind, because I don't want to sit here and think, well, maybe they'll come up, maybe not, So in my mind, my contemplation, this is going to be y'all's top offer, and I need to make my decision based on that. So
I would say that would be a wise way to think about it. That way, if anything were to change on our end, it would only be good news.
Right. And you know where I'm at on my requested price, which was just the market value of the land is what I was willing to go down to, which turned out to be $96,950. So we're off. Let's see, $82,568. Yeah, we're off by about 14,000, which is no small number. Because I'm going to lose 7,000 of that just off the rip for taxes. So 7,000. Yeah, so that's roughly about 7,300 that I would profit if you were to come up to my number, over what you offered. So just talk with your guy. Y'all think about it, and I'll do the same. I'll call my dad and speak with him and see what his opinion on the whole situation is, and we'll get back together either Sunday or Monday, whatever you decide.
All right, that's a deal. Thank you, Brandon.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, enjoy your day. Bye.
You too.
That was a 1 hour, 47-minute phone call. While I got my students in here, listening to every word. You feel me? So masterclass right there. You can't get this nowhere else. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends if you got any value out of this. Share it with anybody that you think who might get some value out of this. Stay motivated.